Well, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. This is the Papa Joe Show, where Papa Joe knows. I am your host, Papa Joe, and I'm really glad to get back in the chair here and get some content out for you guys. It's been a grueling past couple of weeks. Or last week we had storms come through, tornadoes, all that fun stuff. I posted on the Patreon private chat there that you guys all know about that. So yeah, that was not fun. And then just crazy stuff happening with my business, Aster Blockchain Consulting. That's listed in the description of the video, so you can check that out if you want. Working on a couple different projects that have just taken some time away from the show, so things I think you guys might want to hear about as I'm able to discuss. But with all that, we will kind of jump into the content. So today, I kind of want to talk about the stuff going on with Congress, things that are going on with the regulatory frameworks. I've been telling you guys for a long time that the SEC does not have regulatory oversight. They have no jurisdiction over anything cryptocurrency. The reason I've been saying that is because it's not something that falls within their wheelhouse. Congress has told them to their face. They do not have they have not given them the framework, if you will, to go over and regulate anything around cryptocurrency. So one of the things that I'm kind of picking up out of this is this: a lot of the House, a lot of Congress are looking at crypto and going, "Wait a minute, this is like an innovation that we haven't seen before in the world history." And I'm like, "No, the internet was. This is another version of the internet. Guess what? This is going to fundamentally change everything that we know about anything from a technology perspective. People don't even realize yet what's going to happen. And we're going to touch on a couple things on that today as well. So, first things we have here, I have a article from Cointelegraph talking about these bills. So, crypto bills passed congressional committee in a huge win for U.S. crypto. Well, we'll see how huge that win is. I'm telling you guys, eventually they will realize that there is nothing they can do to actually regulate this because it is technology, it is property, it is cash, it's stock you can buy and spend. You can't really find that anywhere else. So, anyway, two crypto regulatory bills have been passed by the United States House Financial Services Committee that could finally provide some much needed regulatory clarity, which is fantastic. I'm grateful for the clarity. I really hope they have someone behind them speaking into their mindset, if you will, around what they're doing. A key United States House panel has provided a pair of bills. Excuse me. A key United States House panel has approved a pair of bills that could finally deliver some regulatory clarity to crypto firms, including clarifying the differences of jurisdiction between U.S. securities and commodity regulators. They're drawing the lines. Very important for that to happen. Okay. On July 26th, so this was 2 days ago from the time of this show here, a majority of U.S. lawmakers voted in favor of Financial Innovation and Technology in the 21st Century Act, as well as a Blockchain Regulatory Certainty Act. I haven't read either of these. I'm going to be reading those this afternoon. As I have time, I will pick those apart and bring you all some content around that. By the way, do me a favor. If you like the content on here, give me a follow. If you want to let other people know and YouTube know that the content was worth it, smash those likes. I do appreciate it. We have a handful of people on here now. Give it a like if you're catching it on the replay. Thanks for tuning in. Also, I'm going to start producing more shorts and things like that, cutting up the different videos. So be on the lookout for those. Anyhow, back to what we are discussing here. The House Financial Services Committee has approved the Financial Innovation Technology for the 21st Century Act in a 35-15 vote, which would establish rules for crypto firms on when to register with either the Commodities Futures Trading Commission, the CFTC, or the SEC Commission. It is pretty interesting to see some of the stuff that's going on now. The Republican bill also outlines a process for firms to clarify with the SEC that their projects are adequately decentralized, allowing them to register digital assets as digital commodities with the CFTC. Now, why would they really want that to happen? They want to make sure it's adequately decentralized. Very, very interesting. Republican Congressman French Hill, who also serves as the vice chairman for the House Financial Services Committee, said he was proud the bill had passed its first hurdle and that it had been passed by the committee with bipartisan support. Quoting him, "We have crafted landmark legislation that establishes robust consumer protections and clear rules for the road for market participants while keeping innovation in the United States." See, that's the thing that I feel like they missed out. The innovation in the United States was fleeing. You had Coinbase coming and saying we're leaving. You have all these other exchanges saying they're leaving. You have crypto firms who build this technology either not even setting up shop here in the US, they're setting up shop elsewhere in the world so they don't have to deal with this. They can build the technology and not have to deal with someone breathing down the throat. Are you a security? If you're a security, we're going to sue you and you have to pay us this type of money. No, they're doing this separately so that way we can go out and they're building this so that way it stays here, right? Like my business. Yes, I do the one-on-one stuff, but I also have other projects, other people coming to me saying, hey, I want to build something in blockchain or on the blockchain, or I want to build a blockchain from the ground up. How do I do that? But to me, that goes, great. You got to go, maybe you need to go educate yourself on what the regulatory stuff is. And, there's a whole bunch of things from that perspective that's going to happen, right? Meanwhile, back to the article here, Cointelegraph. Meanwhile, the Bipartisan Blockchain Regulatory Certainty Act, sponsored by Republican Congressman Tom Emmer, I think that's how you say his name, and Democratic Congressman Darren Soto, aims to set out guidelines removing hurdles and requirements for blockchain developers and service providers, such as miners, multi-signature service providers, and decentralized finance platforms, DeFi platforms. Great. So Emmer praised the passing of the Blockchain Regulatory Act, Certainty Act, in a tweet. In that tweet, he says, my nonpartisan bill, the Blockchain Regulatory Certainty Act, just passed out of the Financial Committee. This is a huge win for the United States as we are one step closer to putting Americans in the driver's seat in crafting the future peer-to-peer digital economy. Do you understand? I tell you guys all the time. Remember when the internet came out? Everyone thought it was a fad. Remember when people said there would be a computer in every home? People thought that was a fad. Remember there were so many. What's email? Thought it was a fad. People have been saying, what's blockchain? They think it's a fad. I'm telling you guys and gals right now, blockchain technology is going to fundamentally change every aspect of your life. Learn about it. Get on board with it. If you don't, you will be left behind. The iterations in blockchain are significantly faster. I feel like we have a bunch of growing pains, just like with any technological advancement. We are going to fundamentally flip into this world and people are going to be able to automate different pieces of their lives. Think about like all the AI pieces. You don't understand that a smart contract is an inherent feature of blockchain. That is a little piece of AI that is programmed to do specific automated tasks. And if you pair it with a machine learning algorithm, guess what? It can adjust itself as needed. That's huge. And then you have a track record of what it did. The database is everywhere and yet nowhere. That's fantastic stuff right there. All right, back to our article here. Emmer explained that the Blockchain Regulatory Certainty Act specifically deals with what blockchain-related entities qualify as money transmitters. Let me read that again. BRCA. I'm going to call it BRCA because it's just short for the bill. The BRCA specifically deals with what blockchain-related entities qualify as money transmitters in the United States. If passed, the House of Representatives, if passed in the House of Representatives, the bill will clear things up by affirming to the blockchain community that if you don't custody customer funds, you are not a money transmitter. That has been a huge deal because a lot of people are freaking out because they have their own wallet. The SEC is like, "Oh, you're transmitting money. That's taxable. You transmit this, that's taxable." The IRS and everybody else around this is just so stupid around this stuff. You should be able to transfer funds from your wallet or the wallet of an entity or the exchange or whatever without dealing with a taxable event, because it's just as if you moved money in your account. It's like you sent an email. Why would you be taxed for that? It's no different. Just because it has value and is digital doesn't mean that they need to sit there and focus on um, registering as a money transmitter. There's so many things that this is a good thing for, but there's a lot of pieces of it that I'm sitting here kind of going, be careful that you don't pigeonhole and stifle this. Putting the regulatory in place, it helps with giving guidance for everyone, not necessarily giving guidance. Let me rephrase that. It helps with creating a framework by which people are going to have a standard across the board for people to actually build the technology in. Internet came out and no one knew what it was. No one knew how to do it. Email came out. No one knew what it was. No one knew how to use it. What happened when the different, we'll call it regulatory or technology advancements that took place? People were trying this protocol and this protocol and that protocol. What ended up needing to happen is someone coming along saying, hey, this is some framework so that you all can work together and do the same thing. This is very similar to this. So let's move on here real quick. Another article here that, let me see, where was it? Sorry about this, guys, gals. I lost my spot in the stupid thing here. Oh, one of the other bills. I found it. Sorry about that. So, a article out of Reuters is a U.S. Congressional Committee advances the stablecoin bill. Okay, so there were two bills. One of them, well, there's probably actually more that are going to end up happening around this, but the two big ones were let me get it right here. Let me say it right. You had the blockchain bill, that the Blockchain Regulatory Certainty Act, and then there was the where was it? The Financial Innovation and Technology for the 21st Century Act. What a mouthful! So you had that, and then you had the stable coins framework that they're starting to put together. So the U.S. House Financial Services Committee on Thursday advanced a bill to establish federal regulatory framework for stable coins, a type of cryptocurrency typically pegged to a traditional asset, often the U.S. dollar. Okay. So now they're telling you we're going to regulate this because they have the CBDCs that are coming out. I can't wait till people recognize what an asset-backed digital currency is. ABDC. That's an interesting way of saying that. Anyways, this stablecoin bill would have the U.S. Federal Reserve write requirements for issuing stablecoins. Not necessarily a good thing, y'all. While preserving the authority of state regulators, it was previously modified to address certain concerns from the Democrats that stablecoin issuers could evade stricter oversight by opting to be regulated under a state regime. Really? The whole thing is a regime. But anyways, several Democrats, including Representative Jim Himes and Josh whatever Gottheimer, joined the committee Republicans in voting to advance the bill. The Representative Maxine Waters, gotta love that one. Representative Maxine Waters, the committee's top Democrat, opposed the bill, arguing it had major flaws, including a loophole that would allow commercial companies to issue their own money. Wait a minute. You mean like a rewards program? Because if I go and I use a credit card, I get rewards that can be used as money. Those are points that can be used as money. She's an idiot. Waters and Representative Patrick McHenry, the chair of the committee, had been in discussions about the bill for a number of weeks, but were ultimately unable to reach an agreement. Quoting McHenry, "We had high hopes 48 hours ago that we were going to come to a conclusion, and then the White House reviewed where we were and disagreed." The White House disagreed. The bill's passage came a day after committee advanced separate bipartisan bill, which we just talked about those, that aims at developing regulatory framework for cryptocurrencies to clarify when a token is a security or commodity. Very interesting stuff. So the fact, by the way, the whole thing with XRP, by the way, the fact that XRP won their case. Wow, the SEC lost their case. Let me restate that. XRP won, SEC lost. The fact that that whole case happened the way it did, there is now a precedent that has been set for cryptocurrencies, that they are not commodities. Okay? Understand that these cryptocurrencies are for-profit businesses. That cryptocurrency, while it has a monetary value, is technically access to the technology that's been built by the company. And then other businesses or individuals can build other businesses inside of that technological framework. It's very, very, very delicate space here. If they screw this up, what's really, really funny is that because it's everywhere and yet nowhere, they will not have control over it. Because if the crypto world, if the blockchain world doesn't agree with this framework, they're going to give them the big middle finger and they're going to keep plowing forward and doing what they're doing and innovating the way they've been innovating. All this does, in my opinion, is gives anybody who's jumping on board now or is in the building process of this going forward, to my opinion, all this does is gives everyone a level playing field, I guess you could say. Use this framework, and if they don't agree with it, they're not going to use it. But if they like the level playing field, it's like any city, any town where they build a public park. If it's really cool, if it's big enough, if it has the nice new features, whatever, kids will want to play on it. If it's a rickety dinkety, just a swing set and a couple little bitty slides, it's never going to be used. Okay, that's the best analogy I can come up with it. Oh, it's going to be interesting, y'all. I love it how Congress comes in and says, we're going to save the day. We're going to build this bill and y'all got to go buy it. No, I disagree. I really, really disagree with that. So we are going to shift gears here. If you'll stand by for 2 seconds for me, I'm going to check one thing I want y'all to look at here, if I can find it. Sorry, y'all. I thought I had it pulled up and I closed it. So my bad there. Well. So, who's heard of WorldCoin? Yeah, who's heard of that one? Can anyone say potential mark of the beast crap? Yeah, a new cryptocurrency firm wants to scan your eyeballs. They want to scan your eyeballs so you can have access to their cryptocurrency. Sure sounds like the world currency that they're trying to build, WorldCoin, the World Bank. Who's behind this? Yeah. For critics, okay, I'm one of them, the ID process for WorldCoin is a privacy risk. It's not just a privacy risk, it's freaking disgusting and messed up. You're literally letting them scan your iris. What did it? No. For others, it's a financial security in the age of AI. No, I will never do this. Somebody, I think it was Mind Your Biz who put a post out stating, actually, I'm gonna see if I can find it real quick. Y'all bear with me. I apologize. I'm gonna see if I can find it. Mind Your Biz. Where is he? There it is. Mine. Excuse me, not mind. Mine your biz. Uh, actually, I think I commented on it as well. Stand by. Stand by. Almost got it. Stand by. Okay. He asks this question. Mine your biz. Mine your .biz. You get a sweet new job offer. Triple your previous salary. 6 weeks paid vacation. 70% remote schedule with 100% optional after the first 90-day performance audit. A full 401k/IRA matching when even with crypto assets. Would you take it? If you had to walk into the interview, to the new hire orientation, and you see those orbs, the orbs where you have to scan your iris. I'm sorry. For me, the answer is no. I will not. WorldCoin wants to prove I am actually human. Really? Okay. At least that excuse me. They want to prove that we are actually human. At least that is the explanation a staff member gives for cryptocurrency venture scanning. Excuse me, gives for a cryptocurrency venture scanning my eyeball in a London office building. This is a article out of The Guardian. Without the optical scan, WorldCoin will not verify your humanness. You could be a robot. You won't get any crypto. Welcome to the financial security of the age of artificial intelligence. Y'all know that ChatGPT and other artificial intelligent platforms can now transact in crypto and pay each other to do things. And yeah. Do you see how this is playing out? You've got all the AI, and all of a sudden they can transact in crypto without anyone doing anything on their own. Next thing you have is we're going to scan your iris to make sure you're a human and not a robot. Then they're going to say, yeah, you as a person, here's your social credit score. You can have this. This is the precursor to the stable coins. This is the precursor to all this stuff happening. Not stable coins, CBDCs. It's ambitious. Excuse me. WorldCoin's ambitions are typically lofty for crypto projects. Yeah. Altman, I guess is the CEO, and his fellow founder, yep, it is, Alex Blana, say it could enable global democratic process. Really? And that the prosperity generated by AI, you see where it's going, could even eventually fund a universal basic income from the mouths of the people who created the technology and the token there. People interested in cryptocurrency are signing up to WorldCoin through the World app. If you had signed up on Friday, you would have received Genesis grant of 25 WorldCoin tokens, equivalency of approximately 40 euros. You'll see it's a trap. Show of hands. Actually, not show of hands. Let's not show of hands. Type 1 in the comments if you would do this. Type 2 if you disagree with it and you think it's crazy and not something you ever want to touch. I will never touch this. I just want to point out, not all the technology that is going to come out of the blockchain space is going to be good. It isn't. Everything that has a positive impact on humanity, it can also have just as negative of an impact, if not even more negative of an impact on humanity. Anyways. So one other article here out of entrepreneur.com is pointing out the future of real estate transactions, cryptocurrency. Here's some things you should know. And this is some stuff that I've talked about multiple times on the show. Okay. I'm not really going to read this one, but I kind of wanted to point out real estate transactions on a blockchain make the most sense. You have an NFT. That NFT becomes the title, deed, etc., proof of ownership of the home. If they sell the home, they sell the NFT to the next home buyer. You have a transaction history that is indefinite, that is forever, that is immutable, that cannot be changed. Person A sells to person B sells to person C, etc., 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 all the way down through history. Title is title. You don't got to prove that it's there because it's locked into that NFT. The smart contract would just have to be built by, I guess, real estate agents, and real estate firms are going to have to change. They're going to have to become technology companies. They're going to have to learn how to build smart contracts so that the automation takes place. Lawyers are going to have to be involved in the creation of the smart contract process. They're not going to need to go to closing. Closing is going to happen instantaneous. The funding piece, there's a whole bunch of ways you could do that. Think about it from a perspective of creating a whole bunch of NFTs that allow for partial ownership of, say, a commercial property, and you wanted to have a residual income out of that. There's so many aspects, so much that can be done in this realm. It's not funny. It's not great. It's not funny. Oh my goodness. All right, guys, let's run through and say hey to everyone. I have not spoken to you in a little while. I have, like I said, life has been a little crazy. Stuff's going on in business. Stuff's going on at work. Had trees fall on houses, stuff like that. Tornadoes, the whole gambit. I run through, say hey to everyone. Just show notes for this afternoon. I should be able to do a Patreon show. I'm going to potentially, do an introduction for some people later this afternoon, and I should have time to do the Patreon. So let's dig into saying hey to everyone. We've got Lithia here. What's going on? How are you doing? It's appreciate you being here today. Tom, as always, you guys are here every day, and it means a lot to me. Every time I do a live show, I love it that you're here. Appreciate it more than I can express, more than I can put to words. What's going on, Truth Keeker? Seeker? I need more coffee. Truth Seeker, bro. What's going on, man? It's been a little bit. It's good to see you. You got Daddy-O in the house. What's going on? Appreciate you being here as always. Manny, what's up, brother? Thanks for being here. And Daddy-O, not my eyeballs either, bro. I completely agree with that. Lots of twos. I love it. I love it. Oh, let's see. Kieran, my wife saw scanners at Whole Foods yesterday for payment. Yep. They're trying to get biologicals. Well, you have biologics to get into your phone. They do a face scan to get into your phone. They do a thumbprint to get in your phone, or fingerprint. Biometrics makes sense, but when it comes to buying and selling things, that's not necessarily a good thing. And those who partook in the Fauci, that might already be built in. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not looking forward to what's coming down the pipe with this. It's not going to be a good thing, to say the least. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. You guys have a beautiful, wonderful rest of the day, and y'all stay blessed. Talk to you later.